What's up, YouTube? The plan for today is to take a look at mana gems a little bit more, and I think I like field N5. I think I'm just going to do journey mode for this. So I want to look at the difference without the mana skill, which kind of hurts, without changing up my skill points at all. I don't know what skill points I even have right now. The difference between using my beams and putting a mana gem into a tower versus using a whole bunch of traps and amplifying them heavily and putting my beams onto those. I feel like for the best test, I should still be using barrages on the traps and using beams on a gem in a tower, just so that I can get more mana to buy the gems and the traps. But first, I'm just going to try it out with the way that I currently play things, and then with the trap version. That's the plan. We've got 68 waves. I probably don't send any early. I like this map because it's very mazeable. Is it very mazeable? It is. And really, this section doesn't matter. It's just this big section right here. So ideally, I can easily put like amplifier here, and have double amplified traps right there, single amplified traps on this side. If I did it somewhere else, the amplifiers are pretty expensive. So I'm trying to decide where exactly I want to invest in those. Okay, I think we're just gonna go here. Do I ever let them go like up here and then back? Why? It doesn't really gain me anything. Like, mazing just for the sake of mazing doesn't do anything. It's only mazing if they're going to pass over traps more. That really matters to me. Think that makes sense? I do eventually want an amplifier there. Do eventually want one here. I'm gonna build this one as a wall. I'm trying to spend my resources pretty efficiently. So I don't really care about mazing this whole area. I still might put 2 walls here and another 2 here, and then I can build the damage tower up here. That sounds okay. Yeah. I think I will do that. Probably don't need the damage tower right away. I want to be able to put a slow there. The hope is that these orange gems will actually do some damage. So you kind of want to have a bunch of these slow gems so that they're slowed the whole time, but the more I upgrade this one, the longer they get slowed for. And I really want these heavily amplified ones to be orange gems more than blue. And right now, all of these gems are hit by amplifiers, at least a tiny bit. I might have to change up my slowing. We'll see. This gem is hit by 3 amplifiers, so it's pretty important. Early game, I don't think the slowing matters as much. A little bit. It matters for giants a little. That they're walking off this path does matter. They're still doing it. I would need more amplifiers to really fix that. The swarmlings should all die. Or almost die. So yeah, right now, I think I should be using a beam on like a weak mana gem in the tower, but I'm going to put them here. So I'm going to upgrade this one because it's heavily amplified. Give it a beam. You can have a bolt because I don't care about the bolts. I could be freezing things. I could be using whiteout. I think I'll at least use whiteout right now. Freezing doesn't help because these are going to die before they pass over. I gotta wait for these to freeze them, really. Like, yeah, the swarmlings are going to die too soon anyways. I could freeze this and kill it. I don't know if that's worth doing. It has 10 armor. I'm going to give a barrage to this for now. Cool. Yeah, the starting mana is just too low without using the beams on a tower. I would have a lot more mana to spend on these gems if I had gone the tower route. Which one gets the next beam? Probably this one, because it's affected by all 3 of these amplifiers as well. We'll do that. I'm going to use whiteout again. And the other way, I like that my damage gem and my mana gem are the same. Even though mana gems do significantly less damage than a crit gem, it's hard for me to decide like how much to dump into this versus these. When it's all one thing, it's really easy. I'm going to give you a barrage. Upgrade you. Upgrade you. This one needs an upgrade. This one does want a beam so that it slows more targets instead of slowing less targets for more time. I will white out in 1 second right now. The slow is definitely not lasting long enough. But I haven't upgraded this. I will give that the beam. This thing being here helps. And I should be storing bolts there. You can have a barrage. So my best mana stealer should be this one. It's stolen 322. This one has stolen 115, 127, 95, 80, or 88, 45, 40. So now is around the time that I think I would be switching off of my tower that uses beam to invest more heavily in these traps. If I was trying to do it in the way that I think probably most efficient. This is a good group to use whiteout on. And I want to use freeze probably right now. It doesn't help to freeze the ones not over the traps. I want to freeze... The giants move slow already. But maybe I should have kept the freeze going. I think I have to invest in this pretty soon. Not yet, but soon. You're only a grade 1? How? Oops. Fight out now. Okay, are any of these... Yes, that back one is missing an enhancement. So it's just you that's missing a barrage. That's a lot of swarmlings. Luckily, I've used up... Everything has either at least a beam or a barrage. So I think I could give this the next beam to defend against these swarmlings. And then I won't have to upgrade this gem so much. Okay. I'm about to get a freeze. The traps actually killed one of the giants. You'd love to see it. So again, this and this. Those are my two biggest ones. I would like to get another amplifier right here to keep them from swerving off to the left. But I think first I get these both to be grade 4. We're only 11 waves in. But I do have to invest in this soon. Keep saying that. It is true. I have a beam. This is where... So even though this is my focus, I'm trying to give this the best chance possible. And I think the best chance possible... Like, I can move this into a trap eventually. But I should be using up these beams a bit. I just want to compare. So this one has stolen 655, and that's a grade 4 now, with, whatever it's called, a beam on it. I don't expect this one will steal a ton for the first beam, but it stole 254, it's only a grade 2. The main thing to me is, like, 2 beams, and these pay for themselves. I don't know. I'm going to move this one into a trap. I am going to. But I don't get as much value from replacing a barrage with a beam as I think I do from using this. I can freeze these on top of the traps. That will be good. I don't want this getting kills, though. So far, it's not. I want to freeze over these two. You're a grade 3. I could combine you up with this one. These are already past the traps, so stealing mana from them is kind of good. Okay, the more of my traps that are covered, the better. Should have probably already froze. Okay, right now, we're gonna freeze. We're gonna do whiteout. So this one's stolen 553. This one is stolen 745. I think you want a little bit of Tower Beam mixed in, because now I can use this mana to upgrade these too. So this one already has a barrage. Let's give it another barrage. This one also has a barrage. I just don't want to replace the beam ones with a barrage, because I do think beam is a little bit better, but not like significantly so. Now with more points in the trap skill and more points in the mana leech skill, I don't know how things would work. Also, I could be enraging. Give them more hit points so that they make it through. And with the tower beam one, I really will be enraging. With these, I don't know if I would get the kills with enraging. They do ignore the armor, so that part of the enrage doesn't come into play as much. I think I'm going to upgrade this one, give it a beam. Except it did get a kill there. Less than ideal. We're gonna end up killing these. Yeah, that's not ideal either. Really, these are the ones I would like to use a beam on. So giving this a bolt right now isn't bad, because I do want to do damage to these. If possible, I'm trying to hold off on upgrading this as long as I can. These are grade 3 and 4. I think I can afford to make these all a grade 2. I should have another trap here. Should have more slow happening. This one's still slowed. Waiting for this beam. Okay. So, put that beam on there. Plus, enraging would send more individual mobs. Slowing would help too, because these are not getting to fire anywhere near constantly. If they're constantly covered with monsters, then it doesn't matter if you slow or not. They can only hit monsters so quickly. I'm gonna give you that. I think I'm gonna move you up here. That tower costs like 250. You steal 1 mana per hit. Are you gonna get an extra 250 hits on enemies? If I give you a beam, you will. You have freeze and slow. Like to do it when these are over the mana traps as well. You were supposed to get a beam. Ah! Okay, right now. Didn't hit that front one. That's annoying. Okay. think I have to upgrade this. Kill 20 frozen monsters with gems in traps. So if nothing else, we're getting cool achievements. They're all grade 3 still. This one is affected by the most amplifiers. So like I could give this a beam to load it in earlier, or I could use another beam on this. And using the extra beam on this gets me significantly more mana than loading this a little bit earlier. Especially if I can upgrade this right before throwing a beam on it. Yeah, the difference to me is even though I'm not spending much on this, this is stolen 1947. This is stolen 1089. 1500, and I'm spending a lot more on these. Are both grade 4s. This is a grade 5. Huh. But I have barrages just sitting here wasted. So I could have used all the barrages on these, which is what I plan on doing for my tower-based run. I should have frozen and done white out there. You get a beam. The good news is this tower's holding up pretty well without many upgrades. This is like the perfect map for this. Okay, I can freeze these, but the freeze is going to cause them to shatter and die quickly. I don't even know if I want to freeze them. I think I just want to use the whiteout. Yeah, because they're dying pretty quick already. I have a bunch of mana right now. So yeah, like I would instantly refresh these if they had barrages on them too. This one does have a barrage, so I'll upgrade that one. I could slow these, but they're already... I mean, we'll do it. They're already gonna die pretty quick. Probably should have used the whiteout here with a beam and just stolen extra mana. We'll freeze these. Going to get more amplifiers. That's all I can buy? You a beam. I hesitate to freeze them like that because the shatter means that I might kill things too quickly. It'd say that I need to slow them for longer. This slows them more, not for longer. Wow, I had that backwards. This one's affected by 2 amplifiers. Do I just put another slow here and build more traps? I could do that. How much do traps cost? $366. They're getting up there in price. Like for that same price, I could just be upgrading all of my amplifier gems. You already have... Yes. So I could almost upgrade this one. Let's do that. 2072. Upgrade you, give you a barrage. Instantly load in. Freeze all of these. I feel like I want more amplifiers, but I also just want this to be a bigger gem. I don't know which I want more. I'm going to give you the beam. Like, instantly loading this in just means that I get how many shots per second? 8.8 shots per second. So that does give a good amount of mana. But we're talking like less than 100 mana to instantly load that. Versus this probably gives a few hundred. Probably like 900, 800 for one beam. Grade 6. Get that to a 4, that to a 4. Because these are affecting so many traps, I think it's important to get these upgraded. Trying to decide when to use the whiteout. Probably around now. I don't think I freeze though. They're gonna die so quick. That's okay. Okay, I have a bunch of mana. This thing's a bit concerning. You do 203 damage. Multiple bounces. You should die pretty quick. Okay. Upgrade. I kind of want to upgrade the back ones so that I'm not killing them too quickly up front. Could get more amplifiers. So now this gem is fully amplified. This is almost fully amplified. That thing did die. We're charging this up with bigger hits now. I want to slow these down more, but if they're dying before they get to the end, it doesn't matter too much. And the slow from this gem works pretty well on everything except for giants. I could also try mixing in like a lantern to slow them. Because I don't want this taking up my spots in the path. Because if I put one of these like every 5 traps or whatever, then I'm reducing the amount of mana that I'm stealing by 20%. Which is a pain. Like, I don't think slowing them by 34% is necessarily worth that. But the lantern would do it for free, basically. It doesn't slow quite as much, Also, I should probably have traps on this side. Even though they're expensive, they're affected by these amplifiers. For those, I will put that down. I think I'm just going to use the barrages for these. I don't plan on upgrading them as high as these middle ones. I will give a beam to this one. And you need to be set to least affected. We'll also put this here. I should have done that earlier. I have 30 gems on the battlefield. I think eventually it'll pay for itself. It only costs 48. And it won't do much damage to anything, since their armor should be higher. Yeah. It only does 1 damage per shot. So now, you've got a beam. Got a barrage. Got a barrage. So this amplifier is affecting 6 gems. Definitely worth getting some of these up more. Especially this middle row. Did I upgrade all of these? They're all grade 2. I think I want them all to be grade 3. As long as they don't start doing too much damage, but we're pretty far in. Yeah, that damage won't be too high. And now when I do these, it hits both sides at least. So that's helpful. I don't think freezing these little ones makes much sense. You're gonna get a beam. Okay, grade 3, grade 2, grade 3. This one's gonna use up its beam. So I'm having to use a lot more beams here, but there's only so much you can do with giving beams to these. I guess I could be giving more beams to these new ones. They're just not a huge priority to me. This one gets the next upgrade, I think. No, maybe this one. I still need 3 barrages, I think. No, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yes. How much damage does this do? 981. Cool. I do think I need to upgrade this. We'll give it a bolt. Yeah, this is looking a little bit scary. I want to slow these, but I'd like to wait until they're coming up. We'll do it here. Am I about to leak? Yes. They have a bunch of armor. So one thing I definitely should be doing at this point. These traps are super expensive. I was thinking about slowing. I think we slow using a lantern. I think I'm gonna give that a barrage. You still get a beam. Few of these are getting through. You don't have any shots left. Can't afford to upgrade you. Could freeze things. Really want to freeze this back group. This little gem isn't doing much. That wasn't too bad for leaking. Now we are shredding armor, at least a little. This one needs the next upgrade. Okay, that should help a lot with my damage. This one also needs an upgrade or two. Really, I should have walled this area. Because I could still build a trap or a tower here. I can build one here. I'd like 2 gems affected by this. This thing has hit 210 enemies. Wow, it's actually killed 2. A little bit surprising. Okay, I have lots of barrages. I should be using those. $8,000 to upgrade this one. Want to wait till they're a little bit further. Do it there. Okay, I think there are enough enemies now that I can justify freezing a bit. Could let the pool fill. I think I'm going to do that really quick. Bam. You still need a barrage. That's my only grade 4 over here. Is that a mistake? This one's amplified by 3, so is this one. And they're by 3 bigger gems. Yeah, we'll upgrade that one. I could be upgrading this and throwing the beams onto a bigger gem. Or I can upgrade these. This is stolen 8,855. This is stolen 9,000, so we're getting close by having a grade 7 here. So if I had more grade 7s, they would steal a good amount. Alright. Has this one paid for itself? It's more than paid for itself. Beautiful. That's all I wanted to see. This is scary. I'm going to upgrade this one. I think it'll pay for that upgrade pretty quick. And it's good that it's actually killing a bunch of these swarmlings. Not ideal. I think this one gets the next upgrade. But it could be this one. I know I'm relying on my beam and tower too much, but like I am putting a lot into amplified gems. I just don't want to screw up like how efficient this could be because I'm not using this one efficiently as well. I think for this to work, you have to use a mix of both. That's my current thought process. I want to get snowstorm, whatever, going on this group. Okay, you should go back over here. I should be slowing these. Oh, that's not slow, that's freeze. I think that's fine. So these are shooting very quickly. 10.66 shots per second. This one shoots 4.83. And this steals 6. So this does steal a lot of mana. That makes me want to spend more on amplifying these so that it goes from that many shots per second to even more. .89. That did not increase it as much as I was hoping. You should get a beam. Crap. I think I do have to spend more on this one soon. Maybe. Spending on these mana ones probably does more even if I leak a few. Okay, right now we'll slow. I think I want this one to be a grade 8 because it's pretty far back. So that'll take me a while to get there. But we can do it. I'm coming up on the end. these two front ones should already be pretty dead. I should be fine. Let's just freeze these. I said I wanted this one to be my highly upgraded gem. You get a beam. So if nothing else, by spending my extra beams here, I've gotten like an extra 15,000 mana, which that's significant. But this one also has 15,000 mana, and that's just one of many entraps. I definitely think that these win out if I start getting skill points into traps, into amplifiers, and into mana steal gems. Why would I put the bolt on that one? Here, you can have a barrage. Right. Did anyone pay attention to you? We need this one upgraded in a second. Right now. So this one now, 9.62 shots per second. Why? 11.13. Oh, I don't have the firing speed, but this one steals more mana per hit, 11.34. And this one does 6.83. This one steals almost double the mana per hit, and it still does a good amount of hit shots per second. But it's tier higher. Oh. This gem is stealing a good amount. $20,000 mana. Why is that thing so tough? Alright, final stuff to do. This one's a grade 8. You're a grade 7. You're a grade 9. The damage on this gem, 162 to 333. Not bad. So, what does it do if I give it a beam? It goes from 11.04 and 15.2 mana per hit to 14.35 and 11.71 per hit. I think the barrage, I prefer it, but they're probably about equal. They might be completely equal. with the beam just being better at taking out lots of little weak enemies. Could freeze right here, or I could stop them from leaking. Oh, I could give this beams now. This one has now stolen 37,000 mana, because it's a grade 9. Definitely worth amplifying that one pretty heavy. But if I had a grade 9 orange gem in a tower, it would just be destroying things. And every beam, it wouldn't even get to use its beam because it would be killing stuff too quick. Basically. I do like this slow lantern. Should probably have upgraded it by now. I guess it doesn't matter since everything's already passed by. Everything's about to have passed by. So really, if I let these loop around, I would steal more mana from them than their banishment cost. $39,318. $41. No, okay. It's not stealing as crazy of amounts as I would think. I'm not using the whiteout either, though. That did increase it quite a bit. How much armor do these have? None. The armor is getting removed by these. These are just super tanky. It's a lot of HP. Big crit gem would handle it, though. So one question I have now, mostly for myself, can I combine up and get to a grade 10 at least? So yes. And this one's a grade 8. Don't think I could get that 8 up. Unless I use this beam. But this beam is going to kill things fast. The tower's also unamplified. Okay, so mana gathered 235,000. Can I do better than that next video, trying to do my tower strat? We will find out. Alright, that does it for this first one. I'm doing the same thing again next time, but with my more standard strat. Alright, thanks for watching.